Hi, my name is Vania Neris, and I'm an associate professor at the Federal University of São Carlos in Brazil. I'll be presenting this paper that reports a case study about end users in recovery from substance use disorders as designers and developers of digital games with therapeutic potential. My co-authors are Paula Souza, Vinícius Santos, Bianca Alves, Fernando Proença, Vivian Motti, and Kamila Rodrigues. This work was made with the collaboration of several institutions. Paula, Vinícius, Fernando, and I are from the Federal University of São Carlos. Bianca is from the State University of Minas Gerais. Vivian is from George Mason University. And Camila is from the University of São Paulo. Special thanks to the professionals from the Supporting Center for Substance Use Disorders, CAPS Álcool e Drogas de Passos, State of Minas Gerais in Brazil, where this research was conducted. This work was funded by FAPESP and CAPES. According to the World Health Organization, substance use disorders affect 35 million people worldwide and cause more than 500,000 deaths yearly. Computing has made efforts to develop systems to support the therapy of people with substance use disorders. Among these systems are therapeutical digital games, potentially engaging patients in the therapeutical process. The design and development of games in this domain requires an active multidisciplinary team, which includes computing and health professionals. The active participation of end users, patients, and caregivers is also desired. In this context, this project investigates ways to support the design and development of digital games with therapeutic potential by people in recovery from substance use disorders. The goal is to empower people so they have more autonomy, feel able to create digital games with therapeutic potential, and can express themselves through the design without depending on the direct intervention of computing professionals. For that, a framework was built including a design process, a set of rules to create conversational agents that support and guide end users in substance use disorders rehabilitation, and a web platform where end users can apply the design process. This paper reports the evaluation of the use of this framework. The case study was chosen as a research method because it supports the freely observation of behavioral events and data collection to answer questions about how participants would apply the proposed activities. Field diaries, questionnaires, interviews, and artifacts generated during the design activities were used for data collection. The case study was approved by the Ethics Board of the Federal University of São Carlos. Participants were undergoing a therapeutic rehabilitation process for substance use disorders at a supporting center in Passos City, state of Minas Gerais, in Brazil. Of the 25 participants in the study, 22 participants identify themselves as men and 3 as women. Age ranged from 18 to 60 years. In relation to participants' education, the results of the profile questionnaire showed a variation from participants who did not complete basic education to participants with a complete technical level. Some participants attended the supporting center for less than a month, and participants who attended it for more than 2 years. Regarding the experience with computers, 12 participants reported having no experience, and only 2 participants reported having a lot of experience. 23 participants said they had never participated in digital game creation activities, and the same percentage also state that they had never used any digital system to support their therapeutic process. Participants were divided by the health professionals into 2 groups. Some performed the design with using a conventional design process for therapeutical games using paper artifacts, and another one used the web-based design process guided by the conversational agent. Both groups joined at 6 meetings. The activities involved personas creation, interaction modeling, game implementation using a specific storytelling tool editor created for this purpose, and user growth, and the evaluation of the games by other participants. Group number two, G2, followed the process guided by a conversational agent created for this purpose and public. Some of the activities performed included stakeholders identification. G1 performed using post-its, and G2 performed using the web-based system. G1 chose characters and scenarios using printed images, and G2 performed using the web-based system. Both groups used the LP editor tool to create their storytelling games. Participants would gain or lose points in health, preparation for employment, and family relationships, depending on their choices and the scenes with topics related to the rehabilitation. The results of the SUS questionnaire indicated a result of 69.5 points. This suggests that according to the method, the evaluated design process had good usability acceptance by the research participants. Among the SUS results, in general, participants indicated that they felt confident and found it easy to use the process. They also pointed out that they would need support to use it, but that they would learn it quickly. They also indicated that they would like to use the process frequently. To analyze the field diaries, the thematic analysis method was used. Firstly, the data preparation stage was carried out, in which the field diaries were transcribed into the Atlas TE software. The themes identified were grouped into 18 categories, among them ancient, autonomy, collaboration, creativity, effectiveness in completing the task, engagement or interest of participants, intervention or help from health professionals, intervention or help from the computer researcher, satisfaction, among others. The results suggest, for instance, that the participants in G2 who used the proposed solution were more engaged in the activities, acted with more autonomy, and collaborated more. Health professionals also mentioned that before our intervention, participants did not engage in activities for more than 40 minutes. However, all project meetings lasted between 1 hour and 15 minutes to 1 hour and 30 minutes, and participants were fully involved. In T2 Field's diary, it was observed that everyone created the stories together, respecting each other's profile and knowledge, and that the group decided what to implement, and that was what they did. The health professional who accompanied G2 highlighted the collaborative and welcoming attitudes. Health professionals also mentioned that the activities carried out provoked positive reflections for the therapeutical process as to elaborate on existential and family and relationship issues with drugs. They also mentioned the possibility for users to express their characteristics, their specific vocabulary, their slang, compare the virtual situation with the real one, and project the consequence of their choices. Finally, for digital game designs be largely used in this context, the solutions must be used without depending on computer science professionals. The solution proposed supported working with this population in a real life scenario and in an autonomous way. I thank you for your attention.